let me get this straight. Texas is becoming one of the biggest AI center data hubs in the United States. Why? For several reasons, right? Cheaper land, better fiber connections, they say. But let's just go ahead and really check it out and talk about some of the cons when it comes to all these data centers that are getting built.
To see this, like, this is just the man camp. This place is profound. I am in an area called Oklahoma, something like that, Texas, right outside of Wichita Falls. And it is absolutely wild, the work that is going on here. I mean, you have to see this. Oklahoma Union, Texas is where I'm at, guys. These data centers are going to be, incredible. I am a little bit confused because this is about my fourth delivery to one of the data centers, but everyone that I come to seems to be in areas where there's no labor possibility or nothing.
Get your heart.
No labor possibility or nothing? Like, what do you mean labor possibility or nothing? But you can see the immense amount of work getting done in this area, all the clearing of land, the terror reforming that they're doing around here to get ready for this big AI data center. And I can only think, I didn't see a lick of water anywhere around there. When you think Texas, you really don't think a lot of water. Now, I don't know exactly how they're going to, irrigate the water to get to this data center to cool it down, but I can only assume it's got to come from somewhere. It's got to come from somewhere. Let's just keep watching.
Head on, boys, because things are about to change. Have y'all heard of Metner Data Center? Well, it's a 2 million square foot data center that Google is building in Pampa, Texas. They've got the dirt work done, and they've just started placing concrete for the first of 3 separate 750,000 square foot buildings. Summit Industrial is the contractor, and they're currently taking applications for pipe fitters, welders, iron workers, crane operators, riggers, laborers. They need 500 employees as soon as possible. I put a link in my profile so you can go straight to their website and apply for one of these positions if you would like. Now, they've already got a concrete batch plan on site, and they've got all the structural and the steel for their first building, and they're receiving materials as we speak.
My God, dude, that's 500. That's going to be a lot of work, man. It can create a lot of jobs, but when it's all over with, man, they're going back on.
Let's talk about something quietly reshaping DFW. Data centers. Not offices, not warehouses, data centers. The buildings that power the internet, cloud storage, AI, streaming, basically everything you touch on your phone. DFW is now one of the fastest growing data center markets in the entire country. Massive projects are popping up in places like Midlothian, Red Oak, Wilmer, and South Fort Worth, some of them costing hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. Here's why companies are coming here. Cheap land compared to the coast, strong fiber networks, business-friendly policies, and enough space to scale fast. From a tech standpoint, DFW checks every box. But here's where the conversation gets interesting. These facilities don't employ thousands of people once they're built. They use a ton of power, they're massive, and when one shows up near a neighborhood, people have real questions about noise, energy strain, land use, and what it actually gives back to the community.
Not a damn thing that doesn't give any value. We just seen it to where another state had a problem where they had to pay more on their electric bill because of the system, the infrastructure, the power grid system that was getting tapped into the rest of the neighborhood and the surrounding local communities that, hey, this happened. You get what I'm saying? So now they got to pay for some of that stuff. You would assume that these guys are putting in all this money that they can pretty much pay their own power bill, but it doesn't seem like that's happening in a lot of different cases.
So this isn't just a tech story or a real estate story, it's a city planning story. DFW is becoming part of the backbone of the digital economy, the infrastructure that keeps everything online. But the big question is how we balance growth with impact. Because whether you love them or hate them, data centers are here and they're changing DFW faster than most people realize. What do you think? Smart growth, or is it too much too fast?
Too much, too fast, in my opinion.
Guys, y'all have to see the scope of these data centers. Like, this is a data center right outside of Wichita Falls, and it is going to be epic.
Ken, pretty big news coming out of Midlothian today. As you mentioned, a $40 billion investment in Texas through 2027, and that's billion with a B. Now, on top of that investment, Google says it will also be opening 3 new data centers, but it is important to note that those data centers won't be in North Texas. Now, you're probably wondering, where will those data centers go? Well, one will be in Armstrong County, which is in West Texas, and the other 2 will be in Haskell County, which is in Northwest Texas. The CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, says this multi-billion-dollar investment will support cloud capabilities, artificial intelligence, and energy infrastructure across the state. Governor Greg Abbott says this is about investing in the future of Texas, saying that Texas will be at the epicenter of AI development. He says this will also mean dozens of jobs for Texans.
Dozens, just dozens, not hundreds, not thousands, just dozens.
It will ensure that Texas will be on the leading edge for the volume of the number of electricians and high-skilled employees that will be able to work perhaps for Google or work on other projects going forward.
As they grow, the infrastructure will grow with it, and that's why Google is working so hand in hand with state and local governments to make sure that the power generation is there, because they know that this is a big draw.
Man, look at these tanks, man. I wonder what's in these tanks, man. I wonder if they have to build their own refineries just to power their own buildings. It doesn't surprise me that some of these AI data centers have their own dedicated refineries for power generation plants or whatever, just so they can power the AI. They already got to find the water from somewhere else. All right, rather it be natural. And then, like, only that, they just, somebody, Amazon just got sued, right, for having contaminated rainwater leak nearby and into the community at one of their data centers. But really, it didn't test. Let me back up. It didn't test really far out of range to where it was crazy unsafe, but they still chalked it up and they paid for it, right? They had to pay for this lawsuit. But man, just only imagine this thing is getting built, in your backyard. I would just assume that these massive centers can't be around anywhere, like any small cities, any of these other things, because, like, come on, man. And then you got to drive here. You get what I'm saying? You got to take that long ass trip here.
This comes a year after Google announced it was investing an additional $1 billion into Texas data centers to support searches and AI. Google says it will continue investing in the existing Midlothian campus and the Dallas Cloud region. They say the Red Oak campus in Ellis County is also now open and will also bring hundreds of jobs. Now, you're probably wondering what kind of jobs. Well, Governor Abbott says that it will be everything from construction, electrical, and highly skilled workers. Coming up tonight at 5, I'll tell you more about the next steps in this project and what this means for North Texans.
I just don't like the way they dress it up to where it's just like, oh yeah, this is bringing all kind of jobs, ma'am. This is only a few hundred people that's going to be working here. And once that's all done, trust me, AI is going to be running itself by that point. You're just going to need a few tech savvy people to run these places, these data centers. It's not going to be like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Like, it would have been great if you said, okay, it'll bring a couple thousand jobs. Phenomenal, great. Dozens though, like, don't dress it up by saying jobs. Come on now, it's easy to be broad to the general public and try to make them buy into this, but a lot of people just worry.
And excuse me here because they are trying to break down here, but we'll be back at 5. Reporting live in Midlothian, Marissa Además, CBS News, Texas.
Texas, you are now an AI data center capital of America. Don't take my word for it. Governor Greg Abbott said the state is the epicenter of AI development. But do you have enough water and enough energy for this? Recently, Google announced from Midlothian that the Red Oak data center is now open. The company will keep building in this area. And then 3 more data centers are coming to other parts of the state. Armstrong County and 2 in Haskell County. The tech giant is investing $40 billion in Texas. That is their largest investment in any state.
Well, just to kind of cover this, they want to dress it up as jobs, but there's the reason why Texas is they're building so much is because a part of their grid plan, they have kind of a way where they can approve grid lines way faster than some other states, right? They have less restrictions in Texas. So guess what? Hey, let me go ahead and build this because I don't have to wait. I don't have to get approval. I don't have to pay off anybody, pay fines, whatever you got to do. Look, Texas is going to work with us. We're going to get the power grids built up. And this is the same power grids that shut down for a snowstorm, something easy like that. That a hurricane can come through. Now, they're being more strategic and putting it in like central North Texas where it's kind of out of the range of a lot of those hurricanes that come along the coast of Texas and Louisiana. I get that, but man, still, this is insane. What do you guys think? All right, is data centers starting to be more alarming? Are you more concerned with the water? Are you more concerned with the power grid? Because I was just told that golf courses take more water to run than a data center, and no one's really talking about that. We're going to make a video on that one real soon. But other than that, leave your thoughts in the comment. Also put where you're watching from. Don't forget to sub if you haven't. I'll see you on the next one.